Welcome back to It's Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got another video today from Paul Elam from Voice of Men. Savage video. That's pretty funny too. He's making some jokes too. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to it. It's Chow Time.
Hi, I'm Paul Elam with An Ear for Men. Today my talk is about 7 opportunities for screening out women whom you might otherwise allow to enter your life, romantically speaking. If you're the average man, that might seem like a strange concept. It is not something that most parents teach. In fact, most parents, if they teach their sons anything at all about sexual survival, just tell them what they must do to attract women and to take care of them.
Yep.
Not how to cull out undesirables or how to take care of themselves once they are involved. PUAs and sexual gamers put you almost exclusively on the same path as your parents. And for those who are insecure enough to have blind gynocentrism and life on your knees shape the core of their identity, PUAs and gamers may actually have some good advice. With that, let's take the road less traveled for just a few minutes and talk about deal breakers with the duds out there. There are plenty of them. We will start with things women communicate to you early on, right after meeting you. If any of the following comes out of her mouth at the earliest stages of getting to know each other, she is telling you that if you stay around, you're an idiot. This is where you get to pay heed to something you've been badgered with all your life. That is, listen to the woman. And buddy, listen closely. She's telling you something every time she talks. She says nothing meaningless and never will. The only question is whether you will be smart enough to actually listen. Okay, let's do this thing. Here are 7 early deal breakers for someone you think you might want to be with. 1, she asks you what kind of car you drive. Guys, she doesn't know jack shit about cars.
No, she doesn't
She's just
usually.
sizing you up financially. Ditch the bitch. And look, I get it. All women size up men financially. It's part of the human condition.
Yep.
But a more sensible woman will get to know you and will want to get to know you before being concerned about what you drive. She will be patient, knowing that she will figure out along the way whether you're provider material. That's a problem too, but it doesn't have to be a deal breaker this early on. However, if she's brazen enough to be that transparent, then do a U-turn and put her in the rear view. Pat yourself on the back as she fades out of sight. 2, she asks you how much money you make. You should respond to this question with, I don't know, how much do you cost?
Ooh.
Seriously, guys, only a money-grubbing skank asks you how much money you make before she knows your middle name. Besides, smarter women will just ask you what you do for a living. It's the same question, but at least it shows some intelligence and tact. Perhaps she's smart enough that she can be trained or educated out of her hypergamy. Anything is possible. Now, down the road, if you're serious about each other and are discussing the possibility of sharing life as a team, then both of you having your financial cards on the table may be a good idea. But early on, this question only means one thing. What can I get out of you? Kick her to the curb and call next.
Yep.
3, she asks if you want to have children. Not with her, you don't. Besides being a big giveaway for her being a woman who is already calculating child support, it is also the first hint that she lives on Cluster B Street near the corner of Borderline Avenue. No one, and I repeat, no one in their right mind starts talking reproduction in the first conversation. Some women, particularly older ones who feel their use-by date slipping into history, will be more prone to this. Don't excuse them. It is not your fault that they ran off all the potentially decent fathers while they were sexually viable.
Right?
Don't let them trick you into the quick knock-up and court-ordered child support. They have been single all these years for a reason. You don't need to spend time figuring out what it is to know that your attention is better placed more on women who are interested in you instead of your sperm. 4, she asks what you want in a woman. Yeah,
Listen to this, guys.
Besides this being nauseatingly cliche, let's go ahead and translate this turd of a question into what it really means. Tell me how I have to act to make you fall for me, even if it looks nothing like I will actually be in a relationship with you.
Ooh.
The best suggestion I can make is that when a woman asks you what you want in a woman, tell her your penis.
Yes.
If she tries to take you up on it, run like hell. Or, if you're feeling really adventurous, tell her you want a woman who gives good head, doesn't talk too much, and turns into a pizza and a six-pack at midnight. She probably won't be insulted, and if she is, she won't act like it because she's already established that she's a shapeshifter that is just looking for a clue as to what shape to take in order to sink a hook in you.
Ooh. Shapeshifter,
Number 5,
boys.
she spends the better part of her first date telling you what assholes her exes were. Well, this is like asking you what kind of car you drive, how much money you make, if you want children, and what you want in a woman in one breath. And you should get it in your head right away. If you start seeing this one regularly, she will annoy you by playing chronic victim so much that she brings out the worst in you. Then she will use that to tell some other schmuck a year from now on her first date with him what an asshole you were to her. This is not a probability. It is not even a likelihood. It is so certain that Michio Kaku could express it on a chalkboard with deadly accuracy.
God
Do yourself a favor.
damn.
Push the jettison button on this one with extreme prejudice. Tell her you'd like to see her more, but the demands of making snuff movies keep you busy. Ask her how much money she makes, what kind of car she drives, and by the way, can she pick up the check for dinner? Pick your nose and study the results at the end of your finger over your plate of risotto. Just do what it takes to make her lose interest. Hell, tell her you're an MRA if you have to.
Damn.
6. At any time during her first 100 hours of talking, she says the words, "I don't need a man." The hell she doesn't. In fact, she needs men much more than the women who are secure enough to not need a man and secure enough that they don't have to blurt it out like a butt-hurt welfare tramp trying to make herself look less of a leech. Women who brag about not needing men are the neediest women on the planet. They need men for money, for enabling delusions, for the repair of anything that has moving parts, for someone to blame when they don't want to own their shit, which is pretty much any time they are conscious. They need men for all the wrong reasons and none of the right ones, like a partnership, love, and a sense of belonging. Like I said, listen to the woman. If she doesn't need a man, and she feels a need to remind you of that before she knows anything about you, listen to her. Then check your junk. Then take the appropriate action and 86 the bitch like she could transmit an STD with her breath.
Ooh.
7. She tells you she's a feminist. If I have to explain this, forget everything I've said in this video so far and rub your scrotum with meat tenderizer so the blade won't have to work so hard. I can't stand the thought of that, so let's just leave that one right there. Guys, at least some of these 7 points were intended to be humorous, even if there was some very real truth in all of them. The point here, though, is to let men know that approaching women with the idea that you will take whoever will take you is for PUAs, gamers, and other losers.
Yes.
An attitude of scarcity and insecurity leads to really shitty relationships with really shitty women. Treat yourself better than that. Explore what she has to offer aside from her looks and her needs. If your investigation into that puts her off, then make that number 8 on your list and call it a day.
Damn.
As an activist, I get emails all the time from men in trouble. All of it. Seriously, I mean all of it. Going back to women they chose to invest in. I'll wager that none of them ever considered early on that they had to hold those women to any standards. Like most men, they were just happy that someone they were attracted to wanted to be with them.
Yeah.
Now look at them. Don't be that guy. Well, that's it for this talk. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like the videos from this channel, please subscribe. And if you're inclined to help keep the lights on, please visit the Patreon page and make a pledge.
How many of you guys needed to eat that chow right there, man? I didn't want to interrupt the man too much. He was just spitting out facts and jokes that interrupting him was just be kind of rude. I threw in a little couple of sound effects here and there, but that was about it. I'll put their link down below. Please like and subscribe down below, and then please like and subscribe down for me down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.